there's a moment in the first half you guys get down. I think it's 22-15. They're getting a little bit of a groove. You guys take a timeout, and then you get a bucket and stop. Jackson gets that free. Take me through that sequence and what were the conversations in that timeout before that?
I want to say it started in the hotel. I kind of told the guys, have your brother back. There's going to be ups and downs in this game, but just stick together. So just remind them in that timeout, they went on that run that they were going to run a run. Have your brother back. We're going to make mistakes. We went out, we got stops, and we ran and kind of got easy buckets.
What are you guys learning about each other in this team as you guys go through the Arkansas game, now Kentucky, now this? What are you figuring out that you guys have right now?
I think a lot of veteran leadership. I think a lot of these guys, we kind of played in big games last year, I'll say. So it kind of helped us kind of going into this year. We had already 3, top 25, I think, opponents. So just being able to play those opponents from last year. So just helping the new guys and the young guys, trying to teach them how to win.
Carson, you guys now overwhelmed a couple pretty highly thought of opponents here. What's sort of the common theme and why is that happening?
Yeah, I mean, we had a big like a forwards meeting with Woj and all the bigs, and we were talking about kind of how our mentals were and how we were approaching games and how we needed to change a little bit.
Was that meeting here?
It was at the hotel before with all the bigs and the coaches, and I kind of talked to like Cam and Jesse about how I kind of approached these big games when I was a freshman, when I was a young guy, and I kind of took it as an honor when you can guard talented forwards, so like Vasar and obviously Caleb Wilson's like a really good player and probably lottery pick. So those are games that you really mentally and physically prepare for differently than every other game, and kind of have a little chip on your shoulder to prove what you can do. So that's what I told the guys, and I think we did that.
Carson, you and Cam early in the game, Caleb Wilson scores I think 10 points he had by 10-minute mark,
Yep.
and then he doesn't score until deep into the second half. How did you guys adjust on there? What was the key to that?
Yeah, I mean, for us it was just kind of making them put on the floor. Early on, I think we let him get easy buckets. I had a couple bad closeouts where he just ripped by me, and I wasn't as good as I wanted to be early. But the adjustments that we made were ultimately important, and we kind of made him put on the floor and finish over top of us instead of shoot the jumper, shoot the three. We were kind of letting him do that and see if he can knock it down. So as time went on, we kind of understood what he wanted to do in the game, where he wanted to get to his spots, and we just made adjustments after the first couple minutes, and then that really helped us get back in the game.
Do you like a game that's like this, where it's just in the paint, it's physical, aggressive, that sort of style of game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just approaching the game when you have opponents like this is it really helps you understand the impact that you have on the game and the importance of it. So for me and Jackson and all the forwards, we knew coming in this is a very really important game and one of those games that can help our momentum throughout the year. So.
Where do you measure your offensive confidence right now? I mean, this is 3 straight games. You've had 10+ points. You've become an active role in the offense. How do you measure that?
Yeah, I mean, coaches. I think I had my best summer offensively, working on things I need to work on, and I'm at an all-time high confidence-wise. When I catch and shoot it, if they're not guarding me, I don't have any hesitation. I think in the past I was kind of hesitating a little bit. Plus, I trust these guys that are giving me the ball in places where I can be successful. So I'm just not hesitating. I'm shooting it if I'm open. So
Jeremy, the rise up jumper from a little around the free throw line, you get a number of those, a couple of really key spots. Sort of as you find something like their go-to thing for you and scoring when your team needs, is that sort of becoming that shot for you, or?
I know I work on it a lot. I'll say I kind of know I'll get catch and shoot threes, one dribble pull-ups, like kind of those guard finishes. So definitely I attack that this off season, and still when I work out now, like I really take those shots serious and take a lot of them. Just I kind of know how teams playing me, and last year teams went under, so this year I put in the work. Trust the coaches and my teammates trusting me to knock it down and take that shot. So just knock it down and take it.
Have time for one or two more in the middle back.
Yeah, I guess just for Beers in particular, obviously really good, crowd and showing for you guys. For Michigan State fans, seemed like you were having a good time just, getting them involved in the game. Tell me a little bit about that. Why, I guess, did you make your points do that? How much fun did you have just kind of getting the crowd?
A lot. You know, the Spartan community, Spartan family always come out, you know, wherever we're playing. So it's always great to have them. It felt like, you know, 2 home games out here in Florida. So just being able to have them guys, they give us energy and life, even when we're down or, you know, the other team going to run. So it's just special.
Last question.
Big second half, just when things are clicking as well as it was in those final 20 minutes, just how loose are you guys on the floor? How fun was it just seeing that crowd get louder and louder, and obviously probably one of the smaller environments that you guys have played in?
Scoop, you want to take that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, Fear's kind of touched on, I think we have the best fans, so it makes it easy when you kind of have that third, you know, that third aspect of the game that can really help us bring ourselves into it and you know, kind of take away what they're going on. So, you know, especially when we get big plays, when we get dunks, like Cohen's tip dunk at the end, I think was kind of the moment where they were like, all right, well, it's kind of over, just because, you know, the crowd and you know, the atmosphere itself is kind of adding that extra pressure onto them. And you know, I mean, kind of like you said, I think we got the best fans in the country that'll, you know, they'll come out and support us wherever. So
Thanks, everyone.
yep.
Thank you.
Time for the best coach in the country.
10 minutes into the game, I thought, you know, we're supposed to be this tough team, and I thought they took it to us. I thought they were physical. I thought they bumped us on cuts. I mean, in a good way, nothing wrong with it. I just thought they really denied some things, and we were very stagnant offensively. And then we started breaking through, and yet we started missing layups. And about the 8 or 9 minute TV timeout, we went after our guys in the huddle to say, hey, we got to play with more pace. And then we went on a little run. And then the second half, I thought we did a better job, you know, in a lot of ways. We out-rebounded them, which was big. I thought we did a decent job on Wilson. I think he's one of the best players I've seen. That spin move dunk. Where I'm from, you don't ever see those things, but that was amazing. And I thought we did a decent job on the big guy too. You know, if you really look at it, we didn't give up a lot. We said what would beat us would be fouling too much, rebounding, and not letting them get open threes. I don't know what they got to the line.
12 to 17.
12 to 17, they averaged 29 free throw attempts. So that was good. And just in general, the crowd was unbelievable for us. People ask me why we had such a good crowd, and I want to say it's because we have great loyal fans, but so does North Carolina. But when you're in North Carolina, the weather's pretty nice right now. When you're in Michigan, I think we got 8 inches of snow. So people wanted to come south, and I appreciate the job they did for us.
Tom, with the first half, obviously you're down going into that timeout. You guys respond out of that. The second half, they get it down to 1 shot. You respond out of that. That sort of ability for your team to respond, where can that take us?
Well, you know, it can take us a lot, but I mean, we got a lot of work. I mean, you know, we're getting better, but we're still struggling at the 2. I mean, I'm just going to say it publicly and privately, and because it's fact. And both to score it and to defend it, and that bothers me a little bit. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna bring my glasses in here. I don't know how many Jeremy end up with.
19 and 7.
19 and 7 assists. But you know, tonight the importance of Jeremy, he was better defensively, and he was really, really, really good running my team. I mean, he handled it like a true point guard, and that's more encouraging to me than him making shots. Because if he does that, that's what will carry us through. We still have moments where we go in droughts. We still have moments where our offense got a little bit shaky, and you know, we don't have a go-to guy right now offensively, and it's that woman's fault, because her superstar that I had was the guy that I could really go to, and he's at the next level right now. But we are lacking. Is he looking? Hi, Jace. Love you, man. Appreciate both of you. But those are the kind of players, somebody's got to evolve into that kind of player where you have somebody at the shot clock. Jeremy did a much better job tonight of it. We need a couple more guys to step up.
Good job. Carson Cooper last year, we saw him defensively have some key moments throughout last year's team, but even before then, with the offensive job he's done the past 3 games, and the way he can factor in consistently there, what can that do for you guys to have that depth?
Well, you know, this league has changed again. You know, there's more good big men in the league now. Remember, it was almost going so small, and then all of a sudden, Payne gets that mountain man, Edie, and it's kind of changed the face of things, and there's more good big men in the league now, so you have to have guys that can defend it. You got to be able to throw the ball inside and get to the free throw line that way. I thought Coop did a great job, but I do think he is a good defender. And we put what we call the 6-eye effect on him every time that Wilson got it. We're supposed to have 6 eyes. Sometimes it didn't matter, like that spin move dunk. It was special.
When I watched Jeremy take a lot of bumps, he got back over the back. Somebody knocked him his knee into his back. And he still came back, and it seemed like it almost motivated him. He started taking over the game in a way for you. Was that something he just did on his own, seeing the court, taking it to the hoop?
You know, Jeremy's such a competitive kid, and sometimes it hurts him, because things like that a year ago, it would have taken him out of the game, and people knew they could take him out of the game. Now, I thought that's what I was most impressed with today. He handled that, he built on it. He came over to me, you know, a couple times. He was a little, and he right away, that was his best all-around game, and bagged the points he scored. He did everything you could ask of a point guard, leading us, getting us in the right situations, and guarding pretty good too.
Ram.
I want to ask you about Cam Ward. I mean, it just seems like there are intervals where he really interjects himself at the right time for you guys, and there's he does it without forcing it. And what he's giving you right now, what you trust him in.
Well, I'd say Cam Ward's a very intelligent player. We thought he could guard, you know, and he too he's a very emotional kid. He doesn't always play with emotion, and so we're trying to work on that. But for a young guy that came up, he's given us some quality minutes, the reverse layup and some of those things, the power move inside. And he can guard, he's strong, he's tough, he's very intelligent. So he's got a bright future for him, and I'm just lucky I got him.
You said you were looking for a measuring stick after the last game. Did this game help you?
It helped me, yeah, it helped me. I'm a big proponent of this with the craziness of college basketball and people coming and going. You saw some of that tournament we just watched out there, and you know, one team won and lost by a lot, and then, you know, I think there's going to be some up and downness. I said it would take till the middle of December to see what teams really have, who's fitting in, who's not fitting in, what transfers really help you, what ones hurt you, because I think there's going to be some of that. So I think we're making progress, and that's kind of what you want to do right now. You want to get better every game, and when you have measuring sticks against the 3 teams that we had, and then being able to bounce back and play lesser opponents. You know, we had a couple of games where we played a good first half and a poor second. I thought we were either reading our press clippings or we were not respecting our opponent. We're not that kind of team. You know, we are not a over-talented team. So, but boy, we are a connected team. We are a together team. We're a fairly tough team. And when those things come together, special things can happen.
Yeah, you talked a couple of times about the transfers and the different rules in the last press conference. Is there anything that you would suggest if you were in charge of rules that this is one thing that the league could do that would, you think, make it better for the way you see the game as far as the transfers and the money and everything?
You're recording this? Are you?
Yes.
How much time is on that recorder?
I got time.
I don't. So I won't answer that question, but the truth of the matter is I got many of things that I would change. You know, I listened to Nick Saban on game day, and I think he has some good ideas. I think some coaches that have retired had some good ideas. You know, I just look at the only thing. Oh, good, that was better. They cut me off. The only thing I will say is I just want everybody to know I'm all for guys making money. I'm not for the transfer. I'm not for these rules. I'm not for tampering. And I think in the end of the day, there's going to be some sad kids that have nowhere to go. Jason Richardson's in my locker room right now. There is nothing in the world better than your former players coming back. Some of these guys are going to have no place to come back to. So I got a million things, but I'm not going to let myself or you, not that you did it, because I'm usually the critical one, interrupt this great victory for us. But there's a lot of work to be done by the powers to be, and most of those powers are the adults, not the kids.
All
right, we got 3 more starting with Connor here and here.
Tom, you called it a schedule for Paladin back in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Did you think you'd get through 3 games without getting burned?
Hell no. You know me better than that. I mean, not only am I a little bit pessimistic, but I'm realistic. And, you know, I think back and, you know, all 3 games against the major opponents has been big, and we've kind of gotten better against some of the smaller opponents. But the problem with our league now is now you go into a league game against an undefeated team, and then you got Duke coming in, might be an undefeated team. Then you go to Penn State, so you get 3 conference games. So that's a lot of games against quality, you know, teams at the highest level. And I just got to make sure our depth, we got to keep growing with our depth, because I don't want to let down for no reason. But I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our fans down here. It was an unbelievable showing. I mean, unbelievable showing. And that's what's neat too with the culture I think we have.
Right there.
Coach, if I'm correct, from the, I guess, layup from Kai Evans, that was like 8:48 left, then on, only Caleb Wilson scored again 6 points, but held the rest of the UNC team scoreless. Nobody scored 4:15 on. Just what was the key there for you guys to shut them down?
Well, we talked about trying to, every time he touched the ball, having 6 eyes on him. You know, it was the Jordan rules of Chuck Daly. I mean, just because you can't cover him one-on-one. I don't think you can. And they missed some shots. You know, they shot poor from the 3, and that was one of our fears, because they are a pretty good 3-point shooting team. But, you know, he's a freshman too, and he got thrown into something. That kid's going to be a hell of a player. And I thought Hubert did a very good job of coming at us, you know, physically, and maybe he wore down a little bit. You know, his body might not be ready for that on a day-to-day basis, especially when you play in a tournament like this. But I guess I'll give us a little bit of credit, but you ain't going to hold that guy back much. He's really good, really good.
Last one here.
Coach, I think your team had 20 bench points and North Carolina's 5. How does that kind of depth play a factor in you guys?
You know, last year we had really good depth on the bench because I had starters coming off. This year, that depth is evolving. It's growing. You know, it's what's really cool because that's what makes a team practice harder. Everybody knows they're part of it. I didn't get everybody in. I've actually been playing Denim Wojcik a little bit more. I love getting everybody into these games because they're memory-making moments. But our bench has been really good all year, and I think that's the reason for our success is our locker room is really connected together because everybody's playing and everybody's helping one another. And our scout team might be better than our bench as far as what they do for us. So my assistants did a hell of a job, I get credit. My scout team did a hell of a job. My bench did a hell of a job. And we got to win. So I appreciate the hospitality down here. Look forward to seeing you guys again.